Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. I talked about my top 5 picks for next month, but now I want to talk about 5 coins that I'm actually looking at buying soon, like for large potential. A lot of these are small coins. A lot of them do have to do with DeFi, and some of them, like, they're a little bit shots in the dark. Well, they're not shots in the dark. They all have some kind of like backing, but they're a little bit like shooting in the dark. There's high potential, high risk, but I'll explain why I'm buying each one of them and why they can actually blow up. Solana would be the first one. Now, Kin is actually on Solana. My investment in Kin has so far worked out very well. Over 10x made on Kin. Well, actually about 6x right now, not over 10x. It was over 10x at its high, but it's about 6x right now. It's stabilized around 6x. I'm looking to go much, much higher than 6x. They do have their own DEX, and there are projects coming onto Solana. Solana also has a fairly small market cap right now. And that's what I'm really looking at. And it is a pretty good protocol. It gets about 10,000 transactions per second. That's its current scale, and it can go up much higher. With a market cap of less than a billion, it's rank 45. And if you actually look at the Bitcoin ratio, which is one thing I look at, see, like the top Bitcoin ratio was September of 20, and now like the Bitcoin ratio is like 0.00059. Now it's like only doubled from its low. And while there was some volume that actually picked it up, I do believe like in the alt run it could at least regain its high Bitcoin value, which was still 4 times what it is now. And I think Solana has real potential because it does actually have an ecosystem, it does have a DEX, and it has a well-funded and very, very rich owner. So Solana, I actually do think with a couple of projects on it and a couple more projects coming over with high scaling, it has potential. Obviously, with any mainnet that's not like Ethereum right now, it carries a lot of risk, but I do believe Solana could possibly moon in the future. So that's one of the ones I'm looking to buy in the next month. The next one is SushiSwap. Now, SushiSwap, obviously it broke off of Uniswap. Uniswap's also a pretty good buy, but I think SushiSwap, although riskier, could actually have more potential. It's actually still a fairly small crypto right now, being at rank only 36 compared to Uniswap's 13. And although the Bitcoin ratio has started going up as with the increased volume, as Ethereum goes up, and Ethereum just reached a new all-time high, as Ethereum goes up and the price of transactions basically just like goes skyrocketing where no one can actually afford them, I think people will actually look for alternatives, and SushiSwap is one of these places that it could actually go. I think SushiSwap actually might be on Solana. I forgot exactly which one it moved to. I think it might be Solana. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that the chain they actually moved to actually has a lot more scaling than Ethereum. And if that's true, people might actually look at SushiSwap instead of Uniswap because no one wants to pay $50 fees. SushiSwap is fairly well known because of its break from Uniswap, taking a lot of the liquidity at the time. Definitely should have bought SushiSwap when it was at 50 cents. It's now at $8, but I still believe it can go up by a lot because it is still very much smaller than Uniswap. And, it actually might challenge Uniswap in size, especially if Ethereum doesn't solve its scaling problem and Uniswap continues to charge $50 transaction fees. People are not going to like that. It has just over a billion market cap where Uniswap has 3.5 billion. And with Uniswap's large fees, a lot of that could eventually move on to SushiSwap. So that is why I'm looking at SushiSwap. The third one is Graph. Now, mainly looking at Graph because it has a lot of hype behind it. It's like number 40 something, like just within the top 50 right now in terms of market cap. It did pump a lot at the beginning, then it went back down. Now it's slowly starting to climb back up with BTC, but it really hasn't caught back up. It is indexing, which is going to be very needed and very popular. And I think like just with the large splash it made and the lot of the hype it has, I think when crypto really takes off, the Graph is really going to take off. There's still a lot of people in my chat talking about it, a lot of people asking about it. And I think a lot of people are still interested and they actually think this actually has potential. Just based on that FOMO, I think it could actually be worth a buy. The last two are both having to do with Polkadot. I don't really know about Liquid on Cardano. I need a little bit more information on that, but I think I would actually look at that definitely too because I'm very, very much pro Cardano. But Polka Starter is definitely one I would actually look at. There's going to be a Polka Swap soon, but I can't really find that listing on CMC. Polka Starter, I think, is going to be pretty big. Just the Polkadot ecosystem, and Polkadot's been going up a lot because of the parachain auctions. But Polka Starter, the helping with funding dApps and stuff. Obviously, there's going to be dApps that are looking for some other network besides Ethereum to actually program on or run on because Ethereum is way too expensive. Polkadot could honestly be one of those options. And if that's true, Polkastarter will be very, very successful, very, very big. And I think the tokens that Polkastarter has will actually be in high contention if that is true. So Polkastarter definitely something to actually look at to help people build or fund decentralized apps. And the last one I actually really like, it's Kusama. It's actually kind of like Polkadot's little brother, honestly. Remember the thing that there's over 400 projects on Polkadot's current testnet, and the mainnet only has so many slots for parachains. Therefore, everyone who can't get a parachain will actually be pushed onto Kusama, and that could expand Kusama's use by a whole lot. So that's why I actually like Kusama, because it'll be forced usage of Kusama for those that don't really like, that can't really get a Polkadot parachain. And I know there's fierce bidding on Polkadot parachains. So that's why I'm bullish on Kusama. So the five I'm looking at buying are Solana, SushiSwap, Graph, Polkastarter, and Kusama. So let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Oh, I know some of you have been saying I really like Theta. I do like Theta, and I still think it has potential. These are just some of the smaller coins I'm really looking at. Theta's already pumped 20x, and I can think it can pump 10x more, but I think these can actually go more than 10x. So let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.